Your well, sport is Stefan Guerrero with you. Mike Powell will be here at 8 o'clock for the Cricket Weekly, but we're going to look at rugby for the next little while, because after a few months of rumours, speculation, reporting, whatever you wish to call it, the chief, Dale Mcintosh, has parted company with the Cardiff Blues today. Legend at Pontypridd as captain and coach. He worked alongside fellow Sardis Road favourite Paul John at the Blues. They were interim head coaches, caretakers, I'm not sure what the technical term was, after the departure of Phil Davis 2 seasons ago, and then again after Mark Hammett decided to leave part of the way through last season. Danny Wilson has taken over the head coach's job at the Arms Park last week. There were an awful lot of questions asked, not a lot of answers were coming in our direction about what it meant for Paul John and for Mcintosh, so we've gone straight to the big man himself.
They break free, they're over the line. It's hard to see from here who's got the ball, who's carrying it. The referee's close at hand. They don't know, it's a try! It looks to me like it might be the chief, Dale Mcintosh, that has brought Pontypridd back into this game.
So Dale Mcintosh can join us now. Evening to you, Dale. Welcome to the programme.
Thank you very much.
Your decision then to part company with the Blues, is it purely and simply down to not getting the top job and Wilson getting the job, and it's time for you to move on?
Not really. You know, obviously the Blues chose to go through a process to renew or to get the new head coach. And in all fairness, we went all through the interview process. Danny Wilson got the job. Danny and I are forwards coaches primarily. And although I was there doing the defence, but obviously that didn't work out. I actually ended up doing the defence and primarily and predominantly the forwards coaching. Therefore, it was a matter of two people doing the same roles. Danny obviously does the forwards, and he felt he needed to bring another defensive coach in. So, he went with his gut feeling, and, I've got no qualms with that. And it leaves me pretty much out in the cold, but just through a process.
Do you leave with, I don't know, did you leave in a happy state of mind?
I left in a shocked state of mind, but no, I'm telling you now, I appreciate the opportunity down the Blues. There's some great people there. The supporters are phenomenal. The players are absolutely phenomenal. Great friends of mine. I adore their commitment and their passion. The staff, phenomenal. I came away from there with a lot of fond memories and a lot of learnings. And I wish, I've wished Danny. I've spoken to Danny. He's a friend of mine. I respect him as a man and as a coach. And I've wished him all the best. I worked with Paul John for 25. I played and worked with Paul John for 25 years. So, I just wish them all the best in the world, and I've conveyed that. And as I say, it's all good. I got a lot of love in my heart, but I walk away with a lot of love in my heart, and I won't look back in anger, mate. That's just, that's just the way it is.
I was going to say, because you mentioned there are a lot of good people at the Blues. What was the hierarchy there in your dealings with them during this interview process? Has that all been satisfactory?
Yeah. Look, if we're to be blatantly honest, they were after their man. They were after Danny. Danny acknowledged that himself. Knew the man they wanted in there, so they chased him down. So realistically, the interview process was questionable. But now that it's done, it's fine. Everything's done amicably. It's just the way it is. Obviously, I found myself outside of the circle, but that's rugby. That's elite rugby. That's professional sport, and you know what you're signing up for from the start, and unfortunately you just got to take it on the chin. So yeah, the dealings with the hierarchy have been fine. I've got no qualms with that.
Did you think then when you went into the interview room that you had no chance of getting the job? Is that what you're saying?
Honestly, when you pick up the paper and you read in the paper the Blues targeting Danny Wilson, then you pretty know where you are in the pecking order. Did I have a chance of getting the job? I'd like to say yes, but that was if circumstances surrounding Danny would have been different, to be honest with you. It was there in black and white. When you pick up a paper and you read Blues target Danny Wilson, and it's quite continuous, then I think myself, John, and the other candidates realise, oh, shivers, we're going in there and we either got to do something special in that interview room, or we've got to be a bit fortunate with the circumstances of Danny. So, now again, that's life, mate.
You seem very circumspect about it, because to me, I don't know. I think a lot of people listening will think that sounds pretty frustrating.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is, especially, when you've put a lot of blood and sweat into the job over the last 2 years. But again, mate, it's just my DNA. But the fact of the matter is, I knew what I signed up for. I've been a professional sportsman. I've been involved in professional sport for the best part of 27 years. I know the highs and lows of it all, and you've got to be versatile in this job. And that's where I've always been, I'm not angry about the situation. It was initially I was shocked, because I thought, I'd done enough and proved myself enough to kind of still be retained even under Danny. But, again, spoke to Danny. He was very, very professional in what he did. He was very sincere in what he said to me. And I said to him, look, buddy, you've got to go with your gut feeling, and I appreciate you for it, and I appreciate the phone call. And as I say, it's all amicable, mate, and it's just, time for Dale Mcintosh to move on.
So where does this leave Dale Mcintosh? You kind of up sticks from Ponty to help out the Blues when they were in a bit of a sticky situation with their coaching setup, and did them a lot of favours there. The natural thought process would be from a lot of people that you'd be heading back towards Ponty. Is that your natural bent now, or are there other options available for you?
Well, next time someone clicks your bins, but have a look in the truck, but I'll probably be driving it, mate, all right? No, mate, I don't know where it is, mate. Mate, I've never left Pontypridd. That's the fact of the matter. I'm always in Pontypridd in heart and in soul. But would I go back there in a coaching capacity? No, because my friends are there and they're doing a great job, and it's their time. And I'll probably be just Ponty's and Mercer's number one supporter. So, I'm a Valleys man. I'll be keeping an eye on the Blues as well, because I've got a lot of friends down there, obviously. At the moment, I'm a bit deflated as far as rugby is concerned. I've stepped down with some good friends of mine, with Matthew Rees and Githin Jenkins, and they've said to me, look, it's not about you in rugby, mate. You've got to stay in rugby. But at the moment, I'm kind of having a chat to a couple of my friends and that, and looking at other avenues, and perhaps I just need a change. My passion is rugby. There's no else on that. But sometimes you need time out of the game to kind of self-reflect and review life, and have a chat to my family and my wife, and just see where we go on it. But I want to coach again. How soon it'll be down to what's out there, an opportunity, as well as, and that's not just rugby terms. That's anything at all.
In terms of the relationship between Ponty and the Blues, you've been on both sides of that, and I'm really intrigued to get your thoughts on it, because there are entrenched views on both sides. What's it been like working on either side of that? And people do see it as a divide, so I'm going to use that word, either side of the divide.
Look, it's a tough one. It always keeps popping up. I was down in the Blues. That was my job, and I was there to make them a better team. Obviously, it didn't work out that way, but that wasn't through work ethic, passion, or mindset. But I'm a Pontypridd boy. I live in Pontypridd. I was brought up in Pontypridd, in accordance to my rugby. My family are from Pontypridd. That's my passion. So we're going against your profession and your passion.
Yeah.
And it was tough. I'm not going to lie. It was tough. And I just wanted it to work together. And I got to say it, in the time that I was there, we've worked very, very, very well together. And probably the best I've seen Ponty and the Blues work together. We had Pontypridd use the Blues players in the British and Irish Cup.
Yeah.
Okay, they didn't have to. They had a strong enough squad to get through. But because of our relationship with the coaches and what have you, we said, look, we need Lou Reed, Farrell Felici, to have to be playing in these games, because they're not quite getting selected for us. there was a great opportunity for them to put the jersey on, which I know they thoroughly enjoyed. So they're doing a service to Pontypridd, and that's being reciprocated just by Pontypridd playing them. They don't have to play them, as I say, but they did because of our relationship. It worked phenomenally well. I know, as you know, they got to the semi-finals or quarterfinals. I can't remember. I think it was semis, but
Yeah.
you know, they done extremely well again. So that relationship was quite, was quite solid. The British and Irish is being debated again. I'm not sure whether that's a WRU scenario or a regional scenario, to be honest with you. So I'm wary to be judgmental on that or to comment on that. But what I will say, there is a way where the Blues and Pontypridd can work together on it. It was definitely successful this year. But, the powers to be, for whomever they are, have decided that if it's going to be an A-team, it's going to be an A-team. I think the timing's bad on it, purely because it's a World Cup year. There won't be many secondary or peripheral players available to their regions because, to the British and Irish, because they'll be all in the first team.
Yeah.
The timing's not the best, but again, we'll see what comes out in the wash.
Dale, thank you for your honesty. I didn't expect anything else, but really appreciate you coming on the programme.
No, thank you very, very much.